Hello, my beautiful and talented people. Thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and booking readings. It all matters, and I really appreciate it. We've got pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Today, we are asking, how do others see you? So if you do want a free reading, I'm going to give away 2 as soon as I hit 7,000 subscribers. Went back in time there for a second. So as soon as I hit 7,000 subscribers, I will give away 2 free readings. Just make sure that you are subscribed and you have made a comment and you are in the running for that. So just take a moment, figure out which one feels right for you, and we're going to move on to pile number 1. Just want to remind everybody that my email is in the description right below the timestamps. I check it all the time. If you want to contact me, that's the way to do it. Just want to keep people safe from scammers, because unfortunately anybody can comment on your post, and some of them can download my picture as well. So that being said, my gorgeous darlings, how do people see you? How do people see you? Pile number 1, 3 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. I feel like people think that you are fun to be around. I feel like people believe you to be somebody who's independent and stable. People see you as somebody that, well, it's like maybe some people see you as wish fulfillment in your life, but I feel like one of the reasons why you might be really fun to be around, why people enjoy your company, is because you are really able to like find joy in life. I just look down at 222 on the timer, so that might be significant to you. And I've also got Ace of Pentacles. I feel like it's like you're working from a place of your own personal happiness. And I feel like you can find joy within yourself, and you can have stability in yourself. And I feel like people both know that you have something very solid to give, while at the same time also knowing that if they want to be a part of your life, that they have to offer you something real. So even though the 3 of Cups is here, I feel like you are an interesting mix of practical and fun. How do others see you? Pile number 1. Ooh, 5 of... For some of you, I'm getting that song. I started out at the bottom and I came to the top. A lot of you may have dealt with a lot of loss. Some of you might have dealt with poverty. If you didn't deal with poverty per se, you might have dealt with a significant lack in your life, or being left out in a real significant and harmful way. But I think that people do see you as somebody, I feel like people can recognize that this is maybe why you're so independent. Because I feel like in some way you were not given something that you needed in a practical manner. Because the 5 of Cups is about, I'm sorry, the 5 of Pentacles is about practical needs being met, or practical needs not being met. And I feel like people can recognize you, like your personal independence coming from a place of getting to a place where you meet all your own needs, Maybe because other people didn't meet them in the past. I don't think that people still see you as a hard luck case, but I feel like people recognize that your abundance may have come from struggle. How do they see you? Yeah. People see you as emotionally stable, and people see you as very practical, very independent, very good. But I feel like they also see that you got there from moving away from difficulty, moving away from things that no longer served you. And it's like moving away from the things that didn't serve you allowed you to find healing, allowed you to have balance and temperance in your life. I feel like it appears like you went on a quest for like peace, and you've really done a good job. And I feel like that peace, that temperance, that, you know, desire for harmony, it comes from the knowledge of what it's like to not have things that you need, what it's, you know, moving away from really difficult things. So again, you definitely have had difficulties, you have had pain, but it's like you didn't just survive, you survived, you have thrived. High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. People recognize that you know a lot. People see your intelligence. People know that you have a lot of wisdom and a lot of intelligence. And people can recognize that if something is beneath you, you'll cut it off. You definitely have learned self-sufficiency, and you have definitely learned to have really strong boundaries. And people, I feel like they know that you're smart. They know that you're wise. And they also know that you know more than you're telling them. Like, so you do have a little bit of this mystery. You did find this piece. So, practical. Really, I feel like you're a good friend, and you're also just a fun person to be around. Because you're not staying in this loss and lack. You moved forward towards, and you might be somebody who's very spiritual, because the spiritual card. But you're logical too, and you're practical as well, because you had to be. How do others see you? Two of Swords. It could, I mean, others could see you as somebody who doesn't make fast decisions, or they could see, you know what? People definitely see you as somebody that's decisive and move forward. Not everybody knows how to feel about that. So I feel like some people are maybe confused on how to deal with you. Like they don't know what to think about you sometimes. But it really has to do with their own level of awareness. I feel like other people who have done a lot of spiritual work can recognize it in you. Also, you do have a lot of really independent energy. And maybe some people don't know how to feel if you don't need them. Doesn't mean that you don't want them in your life. Doesn't mean that you won't create balance and harmony with them. Because I do feel like you're a harmonious person, but there's a sharp cutoff for what's not and not isn't acceptable. So maybe people just can't. Yeah. What I'm getting is people maybe have to think a little bit on how to deal with you because you don't necessarily fit into how they might just auto negotiate their life with people. Because you are somebody that's harmonious, but you're also somebody that will cut somebody off. So you seek harmony. So sometimes people just don't know how to think about you. And sometimes people maybe don't feel, can't get really comfortable because they're aware that, you know, if they really cross you, you might cut them out. Four of Pentacles. Are you somebody that... Are you greedy? Do people see you as greedy? Do people see you as closed off? I mean, you certainly don't tell everybody everything. I do feel like maybe some of the lack that you have experienced has been a result of people being unwilling to give to you. But are you because I don't really get you hold. Some people might try to hold on to you, but not necessarily in a really healthy way. It's just maybe they are afraid of loss. How do people see you, pile one? Ooh. Do people see you as imbalanced? Because that's also not what I'm getting. I'm kind of getting that you're very self-assured. And in some ways you trigger people. You trigger their own mental uncertainty. Because you are certain. And sometimes people like really want to hold on to you, even though like I don't think very possessive is very, I don't think that's a very attractive quality to you. Yeah, I feel like sometimes you put your own self-assurance, your own wisdom, your own ability to move forward and thrive out of, you know, like thrive out of nothing. Create happiness for yourself. I feel like you may unbalance people that haven't done the same amount of work. Because what you represent is this healing. What you represent is this harmony. And if people don't have that harmony, they start recognizing that in themselves. Which occasionally might lead to bad behavior from other people. Because you don't have to do anything. You're just reminding by you moving away from difficulty, by you creating peace in your life, by you building your own stability, by you creating your own happiness. I feel like people have to face their own healing process and whether they're doing it or not. How do others see you? May none of your pleasures come with an ounce of guilt. And I actually feel like you are very willing to have a good time. I mean, and you do it with the proper amount of moderation. So I feel like you're not only showing people what's healthy, but you're also showing that it's a pleasant place to be. So I don't think that you have a lot of guilt for your joy. Let your success speak for you, and I feel like that's exactly it. Your success speaks for you. And sometimes the people who aren't ready to learn and grow with you, sometimes that really puts them in a state of imbalance, because they're being reminded that they could have this harmony in their life, but they would have to do the work. And some people want to hold on to you because they want some of that energy. And other people just don't know how to deal with you because it would require them to get a little bit more mental clarity. So I think that your success speaks for you, but I also think that you come along the way I feel like sometimes your success triggers other people, which doesn't mean that you should be less successful. It means that you awaken other people, and not everybody wants to wake up. So with the cloud, I think, because the cloud is about, not being able to see clearly, and we've also got another card where there's a lack of seeing clearly. I think that there are definitely some people who just get confused about you. But I also think that you suddenly, for people who are in this blindfolded energy, in this lack of clarity, you offer people some awakening by your presence. And you do it by being this really genuinely, I suppose in some cases enviable, because you are an enviable person, because you have that intellect, you have that elegance, you have that wisdom, and you have created your own stability, you have created your own happiness, you know how to have a fun time, and people need to offer you something of real. People can't just get away with unhealthy patterns of behavior with you. So a lot of times you're just awakening people by being the person that you are, because you're showing people that it's possible to come from loss and lack and have stability. You're showing people what it's like to create your own happiness and move away from difficulty. So therefore you're showing it can be done. And along the way, some people then have to face if they're continuing in their own situations that are unhealthy, you might be highlighting that they don't need to do that. And some people will really like you for that, and some people will really resent you for that. And in the meantime, you're just living your best life and letting your success speak for you. Yeah, so with the Phoenix, I feel like you have risen from the ashes, and you really give other people an opportunity to do the same. With Frida Kahlo, I feel like you are very much yourself. And you being yourself is part of what is creating this stability for you. It's like you're a very authentic person. So you're awakening other people to the fact that they can be that too. And a lot of your success is around you being yourself. I've got, this can be either a King of Cups, or sometimes I get a, because it has the little goatee and the fin, I also sometimes get Capricorn from this. So it could be Pisces, or Cancer, or Scorpio, or Capricorn I get from this. But I'm getting like, you are somebody that has a lot of emotional strength and control. You're somebody who's logical. You're somebody who's practical. And I feel like you're also somebody that's kind of sleek, you know, like you have beauty or handsomeness, you know, attractive. You're an attractive person just by yourself, but then you are so much more than just physical attractiveness. And I also feel like, I think people are aware that they kind of need to earn your respect. With G, that could be somebody's initial. But yeah, what I'm getting is you're living your life as the best version of yourself, and you're setting an example for the people around you. And sometimes the people around you are becoming imbalanced because they're awakening to the fact that if they aren't living their best life, that they can. And if they aren't, you know, having a fun life, that they can. So I feel like you clear the clouds, you create awakening by being who you are. Which, while is absolutely a wonderful thing, might occasionally put you in a place that's uncomfortable with people who do not want to grow and change. Because you represent, you don't let them keep ignoring. Even if you're not in their business, you don't let them keep ignoring what they need to do to improve by just existing. So I hope that this helps you. If it does, I really appreciate it. If you want a free reading, just make sure that you are a comment and you are subscribed and you're in the running for that. And if you want to contact me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. I check it all the time. I just want to make sure that you don't fall for anybody in the comments that is pretending to be me as a scammer. I don't have a WhatsApp. I'm not going to solicit you. So if either of those things happen, it's just not me. So my gorgeous and talented pile number 2. How do others see you? How do others see you, pile number 2? 3 of Pentacles. So I think that I did get, like, I got you work well together with others, but I also see, like, people see you as smart. You you might be good at really explaining things. There are some of you that might be a teacher. But you are somebody that works well with others. Fool. How do others see you? 9 of Pentacles. You're somebody that works well with others. You are somebody that is willing to take risks. But you are somebody that is you are at the same time willing to take risks, but are grounded and practical. I think that people recognize that you do have fear and you do have nervousness. I feel like people recognize that you will take the leap regardless. And usually I feel like even though it is a risk, you do have this very strong personal foundation. So I think that people recognize that you're brave. Clarity on this 9 of Swords. So you might have some nervous energy. People might be able to recognize that you've dealt with a lot of grief. 8 of Swords. And occasionally people I think you're brave in some ways, and in other ways you may still limit yourself because of fears that you have. So it's not that, like, it's one of those things, like, you know, we are complex human beings, so I feel like you are somebody that is brave, that will take risks, but there are still, you may have some self-limiting beliefs because of fears that you have. How do other people see you? Pile 2. Hermit. People could see you as a loner, maybe a little bit more introverted, but I'm going to go with most of you. People see you as very introspective. And maybe occasionally your introspection goes to the level of anxiety. I feel like you do have a lot of mental energy. So sometimes you're really stuck in your head. But you're also somebody who's wise. And you could be somebody who's really working on anything that's self-limiting. Like, some of you, like, might be getting counseling. Some of you, you know, a lot of you are trying to turn inside to figure out what you might still be letting limit you so that you can move forward. Which is also brave. Justice. I feel like people really feel, people think that you're fair. I feel people also, these are 2 very attractive cards. People probably feel that you're attractive. But I feel like you're somebody who's fair, and you care a lot about fairness. And I feel like you also want to make sure that things are like, that you have like even relationships. I think some of you have these fears and are stuck in your head partially because of some kind of really difficult ending. Maybe some kind of betrayal. And if so, a lot of you really want justice for that. But whatever it is, I feel like you're willing to start over after your losses. You're somebody that gets along really well, especially works together really well with people. And you're good at figuring out inner truths. So I feel like even though you're willing to take risks, you have this practicality and then you have this desire to know yourself. So I feel like generally the risks you take, even though with the Fool, sometimes it could be a foolish risk, but I feel like for the most part, other than occasionally a self-limiting belief that you haven't caught yet, you generally take smart risks. How do other people see you? Some of you might work in justice in some way, social workers, law enforcement, lawyer. Yeah. Balance, fairness, that is something that's super important to you. And you definitely have the capability of being really generous. But I feel like whatever this past experience is, I feel like it has definitely made you very aware that there does need to be reciprocity in your relationships. Even if you do have some natural generosity. How do other people see you? So people maybe see you as somebody who's built some kind of wealth, some kind of stability, or you have just either way, you've built a lot of stability in your life. You may have created wealth. You may have created a very strong family. But people see you as somebody who's stable, somebody who's fair. People see you as somebody that they would want to commit to. Because you're the 9 of, like, if you're single, you're the 9 of Pentacles. If you're in a relationship, you're the 10 of Pentacles. You bring so much value. And occasionally you might have some insecurities, but it's like you're definitely consciously working on being your most enlightened version of self and trying to leave baggage behind. And even if you haven't fully, because you've had something traumatic happen, or really, it's just, you're still just really doing an amazing job. And people can recognize that. How do other people see you? 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. Either, even if you're not wealthy, people might assume that you are. People could definitely see marrying you, see having children with you. See you as somebody that brings in a lot of, So I feel like you're definitely somebody that people have to be serious about. And, they would probably also have to if it's a romantic situation, they would have to put a ring on it. You know, at least that's how people feel. Queen of Swords. Yeah, you care a lot about balance and justice. And you have some fierceness to you. And I feel like you don't respond well to lies. I feel like you really get offended by a lack of truth. How do others see you? The Empress. You are, you know, there's everything that anybody could want in a partner is in you. You know, people see you as a perfect partner that they can have a long-term relationship. People see you as somebody that brings in a huge amount of abundance into your life. People see you as somebody that is very together and very attractive. You certainly might also have this, you know, some of you might be parents. If not, people can definitely imagine having a family with you, seeing you as an ideal parent. Yeah, people know. I think that people inherently sense they need to offer you balance. Offer you something of value because you have a lot to offer, and fairness is something that's really matters to you. The Five of Pentacles came out. This is about lack and loss. And I'm not really feeling like you are about lack and loss. In fact, you seem to be abundance, representing abundance, willing to being somebody stable but willing to take risks. A lot of you might have your own businesses. Some of you, you know, you don't have a problem creating in your life. I mean, maybe you have in the past, but I feel like maybe sometimes the abundance you represent reflects back the lack that people feel in themselves. And again, that's not something that you can really take on. But I feel like sometimes people can see who you are, the abundance that you bring, and they then concentrate on how they are lacking. Hope. For others, you represent a lot of hope because it's like you're somebody who's fair, you're somebody that's powerful but fair. You're somebody who brings in a lot of abundance, but you're somebody who, you know, really creates it in their life. That, you know, for some people, you represent their own lack, and for some people, you represent hope. Either a hope of being like you, or definitely a lot of people want to know how you create the abundance that you create. So again, it's just a healed and an unhealed perspective. Some people you really represent hope to, and some people, they could just go back into how they don't feel like they're good enough, which occasionally makes them have to deal in a less than optimal fashion. Those were yesterday's feelings, and especially with the Queen of Swords, I feel like there are definitely people who are on the outside of your life, especially if maybe they betrayed you, you know, if they caused you harm because of the lack that they felt in themselves, because you are this person of abundance, and I feel like you're pretty good at moving forward. So even if these are people that you still really care about, but you recognize can't be in your life because they aren't going to do right by you because of their own issues, I feel like people do feel like you moved on from them. You can't control the universe. You can control your relationship with it. And I feel like that is part of the hope that you offer others. Because that is exactly what you're doing. You are being this person of abundance. You are being this person of self-worth. You are being this magnet to good things. And abundance specifically. So you are controlling, manifesting, willing to walk away from losses, realizing that you can't control everything, but you can control you and what you do about things. So I feel like you're proactive. Yeah, but you're somebody who can just, you can offer somebody a very functional, stable connection. Because that's who you are. So I've got Howlight, which is calm and glow in the dark. I feel like sometimes you take risks and you've really, you know, you've really done kind of your homework on it. But people sometimes feel like, I feel like you're doing it in a practical way, but sometimes it seems to other people like you could just see things that other people can't. Like with this glow in the dark stone, I feel like maybe you're able to see opportunities that other people just can't, just aren't recognizing, which definitely would bring in abundance because, you know, there's a need, you could see it, and you figure out how to fill it. I feel like you're with this turtle energy. I'm getting like you are somebody that's very practical, and you're somebody that's slow and steady wins the race. It's like you're not, occasionally you might make a leap of faith, but for the most part, you're just steadily moving forward towards success, towards personal abundance, towards, you know, your own personal insight and wisdom. I feel like some of you might be really into self-help just because you're interested in being better. So connection. I feel like you are somebody that really connects with people. I feel like a lot of people want to have a connection with you because, again, you are this super abundant manifester in this reality. Yeah, dragon. So strength, wisdom, you know, a little bit of extra magic. So I feel like you just take action towards the practical. And, you know, occasionally your emotions get in the way. Occasionally you do have some self-limiting thoughts, but you're also about growing from that. So I feel like people have seen you grow and progress. People have seen you transform. People have seen you take risks and then later on realize that they were really practical. Good fortune. Yeah. Well, I feel like you being in somebody's life is good fortune, and as long as they're not in a place where they make their own personal lack your problem, you are just a wonderful person to be around, because you give people hope, because you show people the practical things that they can do to have a really beautiful life. So with the cog, I feel like you're definitely, you know, somebody who has a plan and is working, and you're like in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing. With the cloud, this can represent air. This can represent a lack of, maybe something isn't clear to you that might be clear to other people, because you do have some things that might still limit you. But I do feel like you're actively, like, you're not somebody who's staying in this energy. You're somebody who's actively working on it. So maybe you are on a search for clarity. Some of you really have a very infectious smile. You know, you're somebody who grins. You're somebody who smiles with the moon. I feel like sometimes people are really, again, you see things that other people don't always see. So some people are really confused by you. Some people aren't always clear. But I feel like your results speak for you, Lily. But you are somebody that seems to be really peaceful. And I feel like you're just really abundant. And if you're not fully in your abundance yet, you will be, because that's obviously what you're manifesting. And people can see it. People can, and you making these metamorphoses, you having all this practical ability, as well as the ability to see things that other people not see, you know, it's something that is inspiring for people. So I hope that this helps you. If you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 7,000 subscribers. So make sure you're subscribed and you comment, and you are in the running for that. If you do want to book with me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. It's important that you use that, because there are scammers in the comment that pretend to be me. And I do not have a WhatsApp. I am not going to solicit you in the comments. So if you want to contact me, use that email in the description, because I'm the only one who can post there. Thank you. And we're going to move on to our gorgeous pile number 3s. Pile number 3, my gorgeous angels. How do others see you? 3 of Swords. How do others see you? Knight of. So some of you might be seen as a heartbreaker by some. Some of you might be seen as somebody who has had their heart broken. With the Knight of Pentacles. Very interesting energy, because I have, you could be a little bit reclusive. Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is the sword of truth. So, and you are somebody that has a great deal of capacity for introspection. You might be somebody that might keep to themselves a little bit. I feel like you can offer some really incisive truths to people. With the Knight of Pentacles, you are somebody that has some kind of plan and is enacting that plan. So I feel like sometimes it might be important not to be too harsh, partially because you do get to the matter of things. So what you're dealing with might be very sensitive. But I do see you as somebody that maybe spends a lot of time in your head, and that you have a plan that you are slowly enacting. So how do other people see you? I do feel like I need to get a little bit more clarity regarding the Three of Swords. If you have become really, really reclusive, you may have maybe unintentionally broken somebody's heart. So just letting you know. And there may be a real need for communication if that's the case. There may be somebody in your life that is really caught up in some kind of heartbreak regarding you, and they might have some, they might feel really stuck. Other than that, you know, maybe you have experienced some kind of heartbreak, and this has led to certain thought patterns that may limit you. So, how do others see you? So, either you have had some heartbreak and it has led to some kind of belief that you were limited because of it. And maybe this has caused you to really retreat and to be a kind of slowly enacting a plan maybe behind. It's like, I feel like you might not, even though the sword of truth here, the sword of communication is here, I feel like people feel like you're kind of up to something. Because you may not be fully communicating. And if you did really retreat, even if you were dealing with some kind of heartbreak, you might have put somebody in the same kind of mental prison that you were in. How do other people see you? There are certainly some people who see you as not particularly savory. So again, you might have broken somebody's heart, and if you broke somebody's heart, they might not ascribe the best motives to you. Also, you seem to be secretive, and I feel, and like you're slowly enacting a plan, and I feel like, you know, that people aren't necessarily ascribing the best intentions towards you. How do others see you? And again, this is how other people see you, not necessarily who you are. And of course, if somebody got their heart broken, you know, it tends to cause hurt feelings. But I'm getting an energy of dissatisfaction with the Four of Cups. Maybe there's even a belief that, yeah, I feel like there's at least one person in their life, in your life, that they feel like they can offer you some kind of golden opportunity, and they don't think that you would take it. So I feel like there's at least, and it may just be because of this secretive, reclusive behavior, but I feel like at least one person in your life may see you as somebody that maybe doesn't value them. Maybe that was the source of the heartbreak. And if they got their heart broken, you know, they're just not inclined to see you. They kind of see you as the bad guy in the situation, whether that was your intent or not. And I feel like there could be just a serious miscommunication, but there would have to be some kind of new beginning and clarity. But I do feel like people think that you are a good communicator, but I also feel like some people may feel like you just won't communicate. And I feel like there are definitely some people in your life who really, really want some clarity from you. Again, this is how other people perceive of you, not necessarily your own intent. Forgetting how to speak, I apologize. But I get reclusiveness, and I think that you definitely are searching for some kind of wisdom. But I feel like to at least one person, it just feels like that you will not take love or affection, and you will not offer it back. And again, you don't necessarily owe somebody else, you know, the same how they feel about you. You know, not everything is always balanced. How do others see you? Yeah. I feel like it's just because this is serious disagreements, this is disagreements, this is a lack of satisfaction. I feel like maybe people feel like that they might have just a lot of disagreements with you. Maybe feeling like things aren't, you know, like, yeah, I feel like maybe, and again, it's how other people are ascribing to you, but But I think that they are ascribing a certain amount of contentiousness to you. I've got the Hierophant, so you could be traditional, you could be very concerned about, this could be about deeply held beliefs, or this could be how kind of a structure or hierarchy or society sees you. So I feel like I feel like that you, at least from other people's perspective, you really care about how other people see you, how other people perceive you. But they might perceive you as contentious and dissatisfied. How do other people see you? How do others see you? Queen of Cups. How do other people see you? So this is, Queen of Cups is somebody who has emotional maturity. So there might be some people who think that you are somebody who's very emotionally mature and caring. And it could be that different people see you in different ways. And maybe there is somebody in your life that's got their heart broken and does not see you as a very responsible or kind person. And there might be other people who maybe have seen your softer side, who maybe have seen this very attractive, very, emotionally giving person. But I feel like different people may see you in really different ways. And it may have to do, with how much heartbreak has been involved, or whether there has been clarity. How do other people see you? Fool. Some people think that you are a fool, which I don't always get with a fool, because sometimes that's risk-taking, which can be good or bad. But because it's on, we have all these other things and the Four of Cups, I feel like sometimes people think like you're a fool for passing up opportunities. And again, maybe you had a good reason to pass up your opportunity, but from the outside, it may look like that was a foolish thing to do. How do others see you? Knight of Swords. It's funny because you have some kind of deliberate moving forward, and occasionally you have some kind of hasty action as well. But I do feel like if there's a lack of communication, the less communication, I feel like the less, anybody who communicates with you less kind of trusts you less, because they just don't have the information. And I feel like you're kind of slowly but surely keeping yourself, trying to build something below the surface. And maybe there is no ill intent, but sometimes people may ascribe that ill intent on you. So people, yeah, Three of Cups. You could be somebody who goes out a lot. You could be somebody that is searching for joy and searching for enjoyment. Occasionally, sometimes people think that you might prioritize less important things and not take really big opportunities, though. But you are somebody that is fun to hang out with. But I think that people question your priorities and people question your motives. And again, you may be silently just doing your own thing, not realizing that somebody's really brokenhearted. And maybe you do have this sweet side, but maybe you haven't demonstrated it to everybody. And how do other people see you? Wedding season tips, wine, flats, and no regrets. I feel like occasionally people see you as somebody who just throws caution to the wind. You're about having a good time. You may be taking risks. Sometimes you might be taking foolish risks. But they may not see, they may see you as somebody who's not, like, I feel like you do have some kind of thing that you're working towards, but I feel like people see you as maybe hasty and maybe impulsive on another thing. Don't forget to enjoy the journey too. So I will say that even if people question your motives, and sometimes people might question your priorities, they do recognize that you are a fun person to be around, and that you are somebody, I don't know, some people, they really want you to enjoy the journey of your life more, and other people see you as somebody that, you know, taking risks, having a good time, maybe not thinking too much about tomorrow. Except whatever's going on here, because you do have a long-term plan, but it's also something that, you know, people can sense it's there, but at the, you know, maybe that's why they don't trust your intentions, because, like, a lot of people want some clarity from you. Limitless. You do have this potential for limitlessness. You do have this expansiveness. I feel like a lot of you, maybe at least other people, don't seem too concerned about the future. Like, you may be, a lot of people see you as somebody who's, you know, not really limited or tied down by anything. They see you as somebody who might make foolish decisions, but ultimately I feel like you seem to be choosing, you know, kind of a fun party lifestyle. But there is definitely a heartbreak here, and there might be people that you're not getting along with. Because I've got the Three of Swords again, and the malformed connection. So you might have a connection in your life that just has been damaged. And it has been damaged because of heartbreak. And this person just doesn't, you know, this person has experienced heartbreak, and they don't see the best in you because of the way this connection has been or is. And this person, you know, might not be fully able to get over it. And might not be fully able to get over it and move on. And, you know, they might think that you're an unsavory person, while other people think that you're a kind person. You know, like, so I feel like you've got some connections in your life that aren't doing well. And you've got some connections in your life that are hardy, stable. I've got this kind of half smile. I feel like people think that you're kind of happy. Crooked smile, good fortune. There are some people who feel like the connection with you is something of good fortune. So I feel like people just see you differently depending on what their personal relationship is with you. There's some people who think that you're really kind and emotional. There are some people who think that you don't have good intentions. There's some people maybe you've had a really contentious relationship with, and maybe I feel like you have some healthy relationships and you have some damaged relationships. And I feel like depending on where people are in that spectrum, it affects how people perceive you. And again, just because there was a lot of heartbreak in here, I feel like the Three of Swords might have come out 3 times. So I feel like there was, you know, there's certainly somebody that's, you know, feels a lot of heartbreak regarding you. But then again, we can't be everybody to everybody. So that being said, let's move on to pile number 4. I really appreciate you. If you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 7,000 subscribers. So be subscribed and comment. You'll be in the running then. If you want to book a reading with me, my email's in the description right below the timestamp. That's really how you should contact me, because occasionally people try to solicit and pretend they're me in the comments. It is not me. It's never going to be me. I don't have a WhatsApp. And the way to make sure that you get through to me is using that email. I check it all the time. So my gorgeous darlings, it's time to move on to pile number 4. Pile number 4. How do others see you? Ace of Cups. I feel like people see you as somebody who offers a lot of love. I feel like you are somebody with an interesting and different perspective. I also think that you may look at things in several ways before you do make a decision to move forward. Yeah, but people see you as generous. People see you as loving. People see you as different. People would want a new opportunity with you. With the world, it's like you're generous and you are somebody that is in some way a winner in life. A lot of people have passion towards you. You are definitely, I feel like some people may see you as like a prize to be won. which, you know, is questionably healthy. But I feel like people see you as somebody that, you know, just offers the world. People see you as somebody that, you know, has overcome what you need to overcome. You're somebody that, you know, your arms are wide open. You offer a lot of love. You're just you're different than a lot of people that, you know, like, you're not always what people expect, but you are somebody that's obviously, you know, beneficial and to somebody's life. So I feel like, for the most part, people want to be around your energy. A lot of people have passion for you. How do others see you? Yeah, a lot of passion for you. I feel like you're passionate and somebody that takes action regarding things. You're somebody who is inspired. You're somebody who takes leadership roles. You're just naturally sexy. And I feel like you might feel a little bit unpredictable because you're already somebody who sees things from a different way. And you may take a while to figure out what your perspective is. But I feel like once you know, you take action. So I feel like once something clicks for you on the inside, then you start creating action regarding it. So I feel like you're somebody that both takes action, but you spend a lot of thought before then, and you come at things from a very different way than other people do. And I'm also feeling a lot of hot energy, and I would say that yeah, people think that you are hot. Magician. Yeah, you're clearly somebody that is creating things in your life. And you are at a place where you're just actively manifesting good things. You are somebody that this has all four elements in it. This has all four elements in it. And you are sexy and fiery and offer a lot of love and still offer a lot of generosity and real practical balance. So, you know, I feel like people want to manifest you, and people just, I think that people can recognize that you're, whether consciously or subconsciously, that you're bringing in good things for yourself. And it's like being around you is going to be a good thing. Chariot. Yeah. Even though the Hanged Man is here, and sometimes that can be about staying still, I feel like you only stay still enough to really know all the ways of looking at something, and then you just take action. But you aren't in your own way. You may have been at some point, but you're not in your own way. You're manifesting. You're moving towards success. You're taking action. How do others see you? Queen of Wands again. Fiery, sexy, independent, strong, inspired. Somebody that really is somebody that, you know, you seem pretty indomitable. You seem like nothing's gonna stay in your way. And I feel like you seem very confident too. Yeah. You seem really confident that nothing's gonna stay in your way, and I feel like the universe then says, well, no, we're not going to stand in your way. I feel like if at any point, you know, so I feel like you've balanced what your shadow self and your higher self. Feel like you're in alignment for greater goals. You're just moving towards happiness. People see you as somebody that they would want to have in their family. People see you as somebody that they could have a lot of happiness with. People see you as somebody that offers love, that they could have, you know, people see you as somebody that they could marry. Some people see you as somebody that they could be lifelong friends with. People see you as somebody that, you know, just offers so much success and happiness, that is moving towards success and happiness. People see you as somebody that is, you know, independent and really good with yourself. Yeah, I'm not surprised that the Empress came out, because it almost seemed like inevitable that the Empress would come out. I started, you know, I know it's not how everybody identifies, but I started hearing, I'm every woman, it's all in me. So I'm just getting like you represent this, you know, I feel like you're a really good balance of receptivity and action and inspired action. So I feel like, especially with the World, the Empress, to some extent, all eyes are on you. People want to see what you're doing. The people are definitely curious. But you seem to be creating wins. You seem to be crushing it. People put you on some kind of pedestal. With the Queen of Swords, there are definitely people that you have had to cut off, that you have had to set really strong boundaries with. But again, the Empress is every queen, and you seem to really be in inspired action towards success right now. So people are seeing a lot of that fire. But I feel like there are moments where you can be really stone cold and logical, really. But it's not a fake logic. It's not a, I'm being logical, so I'm going to do some really emotionally irrational things. It's you being, it's like having the knowledge that you have this self-worth, that some actions are not acceptable, regardless of how you feel. So you hold a really strong line. Hierophant. Yeah, people see you as marriage material, definitely. People see you as somebody that they want to create a commitment with. I've got the 5 of Wands, and I feel like that's kind of the only questionable card here, because it's like 5 of Wands can be like scattered energy. There could be some people who feel conflict. Oh, I feel like there are definitely people who feel conflicted regarding you. Maybe some of these people are people that, you know, you had to make a hard line regarding. 10 of Swords. Oh, I feel like if you had a hard ending with somebody, they're very conflicted about it. Especially if somebody might have betrayed you. At this point, like, they're very conflicted about it. I think that they're very conflicted about it because you're obviously awesome. And for whatever reason, yeah, so I feel like if somebody betrayed you, they feel really conflicted about it right now. Because it seems like whoever gets to go with you is going to be on the winning team. So I feel like if somebody caused a lot of conflict in your life, if somebody, you know, cut things off with you, or you know, betrayed you and you cut things off with them, they don't feel good about it. They don't feel good about it because it wasn't smart for them to do. And I don't see you getting revenge, going after them. I see you just succeeding, being exceedingly awesome, and making this person feel that, you know, maybe whatever was going on with them might not have been in touch with reality. Because you know, if somebody betrayed you, it's like they just locked themselves out of success. And, you know, like, it's just... How do other people see you? Breathe, find your center, then continue. I feel like people see you as somebody that is very centered. Again, you are somebody that has, you know, you're generous, you've created personal success. You're a winner, obviously. And I feel like even if you have in the past, you don't seem to let things really rattle you. What are you scared of? Can it really hurt you? No, forget about it. Feel like you've faced your fears in a very logical, very utilitarian way. It's like, I accept that there might be a fear here. Is it gonna hurt me? Therefore it can't limit me. And you just push forward. So I feel like you've really found your focus, your center. You're somebody that's continually moving towards success and happiness. And you really don't let your fears hold you back, especially anything that, you know, some fears are legitimate and rational. Sometimes, like if there's a bear in front of you, there's a good reason to be scared. But sometimes we deal with the fears that aren't rational, and I feel like you're just able to push past those. Unconditional love. You are so loving. And, you know, yeah, you may have some hardness to you, but overall people know that you are, that people, that you just love people, that you show people love. That you know, you aren't being loving to get something out of somebody. You occasionally may make a boundary because maybe you need to love somebody from a distance because, you know, all they're going to bring is chaos and pain into your life. But I feel like overall, you're just somebody who's really loving. You're somebody who's really loving. I feel like you're somebody that... You're somebody that shows people, like, the best way to be loving. So people want to be around your energy. People want to be on your team. I've got, in case of serious accident, call a priest. I've got 5. I've got the dinosaur. I really feel like there has been somebody on your path that was either really forced to deal with unhealthful, like maybe you left behind thoughts and patterns that, you know, you couldn't evolve with, like those fears. But for some of you, I feel like your continuation to move past any fear that can't really hurt you, and your continually loving energy has really kind of forced, if not forced people to change, forced people into a place where they realize that they have to. And there have definitely been people in your life that have had old and ways of thinking that weren't healthful or helpful towards moving forward in their own life. And I feel like people have had to look at themselves. With serious accident, please call a priest. I feel like if somebody like did you wrong because of, you know, old unhealthful thought patterns, I feel like this is kind of a pivotal part in their life. I feel like, you know, the people, I feel like the people who may have done you wrong don't end up feeling like they won, because you just surpass. And I feel like maybe there's somebody that feels, you know, out of your life that, you know, that didn't have to be out of your life. And that there was this serious issue between the two of you. But I feel like this person, you know, yeah, this person just had a lack of, they were hit with a sudden complete lack of taste. What you know, like, I feel like whoever might have done you wrong, a lot of them are having to go back and say, like, what was I thinking? It's like the person who bullies somebody who later becomes an international movie star. You know, like, it's like you know, maybe you won in the moment, but, you know, anything that you might have had out of that relationship, you're not going to have, because, you know, you just couldn't see what was in front of you. So I've got good. I feel like people feel like you are a good person. Some of you might be poker faced, but I don't. You know, I feel like I feel like sometimes people who have done you wrong are now disappointed. Like, disappointed. I've got F, D, and D. 2 Ds. And that was F as in Frank. I've got the star. I feel like you're really passionate and you have star power. And you definitely have really, you know, very physically attractive energy. People feel a lot of heat. You're somebody that, you know, I feel like you're somebody that is effortlessly sexy. You don't have to try. With Athena and the owl, I feel like there is some kind of knowledge. Like, I feel like you really apply knowledge. Yeah, you're just manifesting, going for your success. It's just really your time. And I feel like the people, you know, that you have a lot of people who, you know, are family to you, or a lot of really deep, close friendships, and people who are looking from the outside because they made poor choices towards you. The heart. Yeah, you're somebody who's super loving, and a lot of people just love you. whether it's friendship, whether it's romantically, people just love you. And with the ship that's moving forward, also especially moving forward emotionally, it's like whatever's happening, you're manifesting the existence that you want. You're bringing in people that you love. You've got this really heart-centered space. And yeah, you've got some people who are conflicted regarding you, but I feel like mostly the people who are conflicted regarding you are people who should have taken who should have known to treat you better a little earlier. And it's like the ship from the Ten of Swords. So I feel like you've definitely, you know, you've had these difficulties, and you know, I feel like you've overcome really difficult things, and now you're just moving forward emotionally. So people see you as success. People see you as somebody who's moving forward. People see you as somebody who's manifesting, who's creating success. Whether or not they use the term manifesting, it's like, and you're somebody who's really heart-focused. You're somebody who's very sexy. You're somebody that, you know, offers a lot of success. You're somebody who moves forward in life in a unconditionally loving way. You're somebody that see things, you know, like whatever. And some of you, like if you are somebody that is in entertainment in any way or in the public eye in any way, you've got real star power. All eyes are on you. So it's like people see that you're just moving towards success. And yeah, and I feel like if people didn't do right by you, now they're realizing that that was a serious mistake. Not because you're going to do anything, but because they're no longer going to have the benefit of you around. So I hope that this helps you. If you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 7,000 subscribers. So just be subscribed and comment, and you are in the running for that. Thank you so much for everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, booking readings. It all matters. If you do want to book a reading, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. That is the way to contact me, because there are scammers in the comments. I will not solicit you. I do not have a WhatsApp. If either happens, even if they've downloaded my picture, they're not me. So just use that email and I will take care of you. I check it all the time. Thank you.